Welcome to this week's episode on Tony Talks Wealth, where we look at topical questions that I've been asked, and this week it's about staggered retirement. This is a popular and increasingly common option that many are now considering. Giving up the 9-to-5 job doesn't necessarily mean stopping work altogether these days, but retirement planning has taken on an entirely new dimension as a result of the outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic, with many big questions now being asked. When you picture yourself in your golden years, are you sitting on the beach, hitting the golf course, or are you still working behind the desk? For many people of retirement age, continuing to work at least on a part-time basis is an option that many are now considering. More and more people are planning to stagger work or work flexibly. This can really appeal to some individuals who have caring responsibilities of others or health issues of their own, or simply thinking of retiring in the next few years. Have we seen the sudden transition from working 5 days a week to none? Several decades ago, working and retirement were binary terms with little overlap. People were either working and under the age of 65 or had reached the age of 65 and then they retired. That's no longer the case. A staggered retirement is becoming more and more common. Few people benefit from the sudden transition from working 5 days a week to stopping work altogether. Retirement can often be an unsettling period, and it's not surprising given that the most common path into retirement is to go cold turkey and simply stop working. There are now more flexible options and part-time work. And new research by Liverpool Victoria, or LV, has highlighted that the fact people are deciding against completely stopping work altogether and are opting for staggered and more flexible retirement and working part-time. Nearly 1/3 of pensioners in their 60s and 16% of over 70s have left their pensions untouched. And of those who haven't accessed their pension pots, nearly half of those in their 60s and a quarter of over 70s say it's because they are still working. With people living longer and the added prospect of healthcare costs in later life, retirees increasingly understand the benefits of having larger pension pots in later life. It's important that pensions are required to last as long as possible. And of those who haven't accessed their pension pots, half say it's because they are still working, while more than a quarter of people in their 60s say it's because they want their pensions to last as long as possible. Of course, retirees who haven't accessed their pension pots must have alternative sources of income. Otherwise, how could they pay their bills? And when asked about their income, nearly half said they take an income from their savings, with a third relying on their spouse or partner's income, and nearly a quarter on the state pension, while 12% rely on income from property investments. So there's quite a lot of people out there who have other property. What are the different benefits that staggered retirement offer? Well, it offers many financial and health benefits. It is often taken for granted, but continued good health is one of the best financial assets people can have. The benefits of working, such as keeping physically active and mixing with other people, can make a big difference to people's mental and physical well-being and overall health in retirement. People are increasingly making alternative choices about retirement to ensure that they do not run out of money. But it's also really important to make pension savings work past retirement age, so as not to miss out on the ability to generate growth above inflation for when there is a need to start taking or drawing the pension. That's it for this week's episode on staggered retirement. Join me next week to look at the topic of leaving retirement money invested for longer.